Good morning, everyone, and welcome.
Our guest is Thomas.
Hey everyone, it's me, Thomas. Hi everybody, it's Tom.
Morning. Chaz is here.
Hi, I'm Chaz.
Chaz is visiting us. That's the story. There's like
That's it.
that's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. I've been loving that phrase. I've been saying that.
You have.
I just think we should bring back some key phrases, and I think that should be one of them. Kit and caboodle's real fun. Anyway, yeah, yearly inspection.
Thanks for all the Chaz faces, everyone. Jay Linebeck, Chaz's.
We're gonna we're doing like fun things this week, and then also like business things this week.
Correct.
Just because I've had some stuff like broken, and I'm like, Chaz, fix it, and Chaz is like, okay.
We're mixing business with pleasure.
Thought they told us not to do that in school. We got 29 months from Lavender Cats. 4,000 bits from Full Metal Grizz, who wrote guest time hype. I do love Thomas. I wish Thomas was here too.
We do wish Thomas was here.
I don't wish Thomas was
say
here
that a lot.
instead of Chaz. I just wish they were both here.
I sent Thomas a message yesterday and was like, I wish you were here hanging with all the friends.
We say that a lot.
It would be nice. But he will. At some point. Anyway.
That's me. That's what I look like.
You sat in the perfect spot on the couch.
You did.
A 601 from Dishnet with the George Chaz Star Rain. Dishnet, thank you. We got 25 months from Blaze, 20 months from Traveler of the Wild, 35 from Nunshoes, 52 from Lunar Pearl, 22 from Ashley Gerbig Official, 28 from Quinn Quinzel, 26 from Alien Whale, 40 from Konosuga, 42 from Ninja, 18 from DJ Kaizo, 8 from the Dark M135, 6 from Sapphire C, 7 from Chaotic Emmy, 54 from Cosmic Sorrow, 49 from We Win, 28 from Wizard Sky, and 54 from Wolves with Pie, 51 from DJ Sherbert, 49 from Dustin Lee, 6 from Cookie and Pie Guy, 24 from Will Peters. That's a 2.
Indulge in the delicious flavors of Tiny Eddie's sour and horseradish casserole and kebab nuggets.
Those are all foods,
They normally don't go together.
but they could. You could physically do that with materials available at a normal grocery store.
Good point.
I mean, I was about to say you can do that with every Eddie, but I'm realizing you can't.
Not even close.
No. 1037 from Cock9 says, I turn 37 tomorrow. Eddie, how should I celebrate? Well, happy
early
birthday.
Happy birthday.
I think celebrating any birthday with horseradish is great, but
How many birthdays have you celebrated with horseradish?
3.
Which ones?
32, 27, and I don't know, a teenage year.
Remind me
You
to
should-
make you a horseradish cake for your birthday. No one let him forget this.
No one let him forget this is the most dangerous thing you can say on a breakfast
I
stream.
know it is.
I do like horseradish though. Cock9, thanks.
It's just like we never let Alex live down his love of mustard.
Anytime we bring up mustard with him now, he sighs heavily before continuing.
He brought it on himself.
Horseradish sounds like a good alternative to swearing. Horseradish. It's a good name.
You'll be the hit of the party with Tiny Eddie's Elderly Brick Crunch.
For instance, your local grocery store very rarely has
Elderly brick.
let alone elderly brick. You gotta go to specialty stores for that.
I just need some brick that's been sitting around a long time. It's from Mr. Viperfang. Oh, neat. So that means Chaz can tap the sign in person today. Let's celebrate with an appealing Tiny Eddie creation.
Chaz has been tapping that sign.
Brick Crunch is not good for your teeth, as it contains bricks.
I tell you what I'm personally excited about. It's not the tapping the sign, but the being able to put things in time and not have to like guess at the delay that I'm getting on the stream when I send things through. I can just like have the exact timing when I send things through.
Yeah, that's true. You, in fairness, you generally do a really
Yeah.
great job despite the delay.
Well, it's sometimes
but it is easier in person.
it's a lot easier in person.
Yeah. For those that don't know how our system works, like whenever alerts that are sent, such as Eddie, where we were going to like pause for a moment and listen to them and then talk about them, like Chaz holds those and waits for a pause in conversation, and like I think you do a really great job.
Yeah.
But there is a delay.
I do a great job.
The best. Try to prove me wrong. You can't. Chaz is the best.
I think you have too much power being in person.
Try to prove me wrong.
It's great though.
You know, I could make a button so I can just play that alert whenever I want. People don't need to send in bits.
Just all the time.
Uh-huh.
You could set it up where we can't even turn it off. That's 2203 from Genesis, who just writes, Chaz. Appropriate.
Ow.
Appropriate this morning. What?
He dug his claws into my knee and used that to pull himself.
Oh, well, you getting a little traction. That's fine. Everyone needs a little traction. We got 510 bits from Neats that says, Clown Train. Also, house stuff is almost sorted.
Great.
Yay, good vibes for all who need it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. Similarly, our house stuff is nearly all sorted.
House is looking good.
Yeah, and then also we turned in... Oh, that's a big thing. We turned in the keys to the old place. So we're done there. At this point, we are just waiting for security deposit back, which will happen at some time. But it's nice to be done with that place. And feel like I can, like, move on. Yeah. Josh and Dan's favorite place in the new house is Nap Zone.
There was a lot of napping yesterday.
There was.
That is actually very standard. There's regular naps that occur in there. And I was talking about it with everybody, and I feel like the reason is people feel when they leave their house and they come here, they can actually relax, so then they get tired. And then they take a nap. I like it. We got 42 months from Snowy Satoru, 5 from Pink Sore Eye 93.
That says mink.
What did I say?
Pink.
Oh, it's because I read PYM 181. Anyway, that's PYM is at 36 months. That's 3 years at Tier 2 Gold Toast. Thank you.
Sorry, I have coffee in
Yeah,
my hands.
Mink is at 5 months. Thank you, ma'am. 38 from Hollyberry, 7 from Brina BX, 22 from Linders, 200 bits from Mink Sore.
You could do a thing where, like, you replace the first letter of everyone's name when you read it.
Oh, that could be a thing.
Do you know how hard it is to just read at 9 a.m.? I don't need to do replacement work in my head.
That's why morning songs are the most difficult.
It's true. Like when a morning song comes in, I briefly go, "What have I done?" We have 300 from Satsy. It says, "Guess who's entering med hell for a whole different reason? Apparently, the clinics in charge of the other med to stop the crippling pain haven't been in contact with each other, so that's going to be fun." I guess.
Hi.
Yeah, I hate that. I've also had similar instances where I needed two offices to be in contact with each other, and then I called Office 2, and I was like, "Have you heard from Office 1?" And they're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Cool, great system, awesome."
Snack like a treacherous architect with Tiny Eddie's savory whiskey tea.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Whiskey tea.
But savory.
Would whiskey tea not be savory even without that adjective?
You could make it more savory.
Yeah.
Oh.
Add in some beef broth.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, I'm saying that, but like I don't even know what whiskey tastes like,
Beef
so I'm just
tea.
like 1500 from Shiny Misty says it is my niece's 4th grade anniversary.
Shiny Misty's like, yeah, give her that.
I am so proud of her, Tiny Eddie. What should I make as a graduation meal? Maybe savory whiskey tea without the whiskey.
Yeah. Hers is heavy on the beef broth.
That's the replacement for the whiskey, is beef broth.
It works in every cocktail.
Chaz, our resident mixologist, is one you can trust. Next time you're making a cocktail, a little bit of beef broth.
I might trust Chaz over you, though.
I made drinks a while back for everyone, and everyone was like, "You did good," and I was like, "Thank you." While you're here, I'll make you a drink.
Do you have any ingredients to do that?
There's like hard seltzer,
Not generally an ingredient.
cherries.
Generally a garnish. I mean, if you're
We have vodka?
if you're going to give me a can of hard seltzer with a cherry sat on top of it and call that making it a drink, I'm not sure that qualifies.
Welcome to Steven's Bar. Here you go. That'll be $15. We got 57 months from Danny X6, 43 from Noah. 3 Bits and Willow says, if Chaz is here, then who's working the stream? Also Chaz.
Also Chaz.
Also Chaz.
No Void Picnic is complete without Tiny Eddie's Pop Rocks dipped zesty sauce.
Ooh.
I actually really like the idea of a sauce that...
Has Pop Rocks?
Yes. Yeah. I don't want it to be sweet, but like the explosion effect. What do they call that? The explosion effect. When it... Like, what's it say on the packaging? And it doesn't say explosion effect, but then it goes... What is that? What do you call
May
that?
find this hard to believe, but I have not recently read the packaging to Hot Rocks.
But why?
Or Pop Rocks. Well,
I guess, like...
it is 2023, for one.
I just saw like 4 flavors of it in a Joann's.
Oh, man. Josh says it could be a caramel sauce for ice cream. I think that would be
Zesty
fun.
caramel sauce.
I think I'm just thinking of, like, carbonation, even though that's not probably the correct word. Anyway, that was 1,000 from Genesis. It says, well, Eddie, I need something else for breakfast this morning. What nice food do you have for me? Sauce. Just
sauce.
Just get lost in the sauce. Have you considered whiskey tea?
Are you thinking effervescence?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No, I'd have to look up the definition of that word.
Effervescent?
Effervescent. That's a word that, like, I remember exists, and then I would have to check before I used it in a sentence. We got 57 from Space Fix and Music, 2 from GCR85, 44 from Runty.exe, 38 from Charlemagne, Vegetable Sorbet gifted 3 subs to Broken Quest, Arctic Kitsune 213, and the GC Nick. Sorbet, thank you. We got 33 months from Ikana, 18, 17 from Sharkette 126, 36 months from Retro Remedies. Congrats on the 3. Emil says, 500 viewers. I didn't think 500 people were awake this early. It is 9 a.m.
Yeah, millions of people are at work.
It's not that early. It's not like it's 5 in the morning. We got 4 months from Barber Frog, 42 from Andrew in the Kitchen, 300 from Enchi Ben with the George Chikorita Star Rain, 38 from Pete Cow, 48 from Big O 26 Shen. That's also a multiple of 12. Congrats on the 4.
Can we get a cheat sheet?
4?
For divisible by 12? No.
Oh.
No, but if you want to sit in on like a 3rd grade class, could maybe do that for you.
It's 9 a.m.
Dive into satisfaction with Tiny Eddie's sizzling apple-wrapped platypus slop.
Ooh.
Sizzling apple wrapped is a good, like, that sounds good.
Started good.
It started really strong.
It's like fried apples.
We got into platypus and then we ended on slop. 1,000 bits from the Leaf says, Tiny Eddie, please grace my return to work with a most wonderfully cursed snack. Well, I guess you got what you wanted. Platypus slop is definitely something.
Alex loves it. He does love slop.
He does. That's not even like a bit. Like, for years, Alex has been very pro slop. I don't know if he's pro platypus, but he probably would be. I know I'm not wrong. We got 24 months from Joe WTG. Congrats on the 2. I'm going to keep doing this for Devens, who hit 12. Congrats on the 1. 39 months from Melmer, 723. 300 Bits from Action Cat says, you get the best snaps at your grandparents' house. It's true. One of the things we realized yesterday is that because where the sunroom sits, it's a little isolated from the audio in the living room. So it's like behind a wall. And you can like nap there. People are still like watching stuff and like you can still fall asleep.
Yeah.
I realized that people are going to have very different feelings about grandparents' houses these days than in my era. Because when I think of grandparents' house, I think of VHS tapes and the TV that still has the UHF VHF dial on it.
Or the
Yep.
rabbit ears.
That the Nintendo's plugged into. With the little box that switches between channel 3 and channel 4.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's not going to be many people's experiences with grandma's houses now.
No, I guess not. It's interesting because
See, mine is cards, toys from the 60s, and the woods, because mine lived up north.
I was going through all of my cables recently because I'm trying to like purge things I
Cables?
don't need, and I have multiple of those RF adapters for Nintendos, and I'm going through them and I'm like, well, I can't get rid of these
You can.
because what if I need to hook a NES up to a old school CRT? But I realize
You will not.
I probably
need
will
to do
never
that.
do that again.
Never
you
in your
need to
life.
spin around like that. Thank you.
This is how hoarding starts. I don't feel like I've hoarded anything, but I do have cables I don't need. But I'm working on it. It's like it's going.
My grandma had cats too. My grandma had 3 cats. One cat was a cat that she had rescued from someone else who had found the cat and was not the sort of person who should keep a cat because that person named the cat Satan. And so when my grandma took over having the cat, she, was not a fan of a cat named Satan, so she changed it to Satin.
Also, a cat named Satan sounds like a bestseller. That sounds like a great novel. Anyway, we got 19 months from Mean Dean, 11 months from Lil Miss Musique, 3...
Haley.
I did not move. I'm visiting.
No, we moved to Indiana.
It was a lot of work to reassemble the Billies and
it's been
re-alphabetize the games.
Since right.
a lot of
Yeah.
work. We made it happen. We got 300 Bits from Squid says, the alcohol talk reminds me that there's Sunny D vodka seltzer. What do you think of that weird combination? I mean, you can't ask me what I think, because I don't drink any of those things.
I never liked Sunny D. I just wanted regular orange juice.
If I've tasted Sunny D, it was like briefly and thought probably the same thing. Like, why not just have an orange juice? I associate Sunny D with,
Commercials.
yeah, with purple stuff. I was always more interested in trying the purple stuff. We got 300 from Cheesehammer. It says, so Chaz, are you in need of an almost unused cheese hammer? I could be called the Chaz Hammer. I could join up with one of the other cats. Knife Cat versus Hammer Cat.
Which of your 2 cats would be Hammer Cat that aren't already Knife Cat?
I mean, Vincer would be the one most likely, just because he enjoys dragging socks around the house. And he can actually, if there's no socks available, he can drag like pants and once has dragged an entire blanket. So he has like the jaw power to drag a hammer around.
Yeah.
I just don't know that he would ever have any interest. You'd have to have something soft and chewable attached to the hammer. It would need to be like a felt hammer. And then he may drag it around the house.
I'm realizing that if you put...
Your boy wants to be close.
I mean, if you put, like, something that a cat wants to chew on, like, for us it'd be, I don't know, cardboard or Velcro.
Or plastic.
Or plastic. If we put that on the end of anything with some catnip, he would probably interact with it. I don't know if he would carry a hammer around, but...
Hey.
We don't hammer cheese in our house.
Midwesterners. We got 300 bits from Summer Essential. It says, morning. I've been playing a lot of Yakuza 0 lately, and in the game there is a picture of an NPC called Adventurer, who looks so much like Steven it's almost scary. There's a picture on the Yakuza wiki, should you be curious. Neat. There's a few times over the years where we found people in, like, I don't know, media or advertisements or something, and, like, someone will send me a picture and be like, this looks like you. And sometimes it does, and I'm like, oh.
The house we rented for my surgery had a piece of art that looked like you.
I don't remember that, but I believe you. There's a person who is on like a Bluebell ice cream thing, and apparently it looks like Tiny Eddie, or like me as Tiny Eddie. Sorry, I guess me as Tiny Eddie is a waste of words. It's fine.
Me as Tiny Eddie, me dressed as Eddie. Never mind.
What?
I mean, you are not the only person.
I was halfway there.
You are not the only person who has appeared as Tiny Eddie. We have the Thomas version Tiny Eddie alert.
Oh, yeah. See? Okay, so we have to differentiate. We get 300 bits from Waste and Aeon, who says, hello, everyone. It's been a while since I last saw a Breakfast Stream live, but I still listen to the VODs while doing work. Don't tell my boss. Your secret is safe. Also, shout out to everyone who is at work. Because I know that, like, I know that Emil was like, there's 500 people watching, and I'm like, people are at work. But, like, some people they're watching at work, and, like, we won't tell.
Which one is that? Sandwich Vamp asked, once upon a time, Thomas recorded some custom Tiny Eddie lines and sent them to me. And I can't remember which stream that was, but anyone who did a Tiny Eddie got a custom Thomas recording.
Oh, yeah.
And here's a fun fact. He's done a second batch.
See, the fun thing about the streams is that I don't get to know things. So then when things happen, it's just like a surprise. I like that, actually. Mm-hmm. I don't have to think too much. It's just something funny happens. I'm like, neat. Didn't know that was coming. We got 2 months from Strawberry Hearts. Mr. Viper fan gifted sub to Chaz Hammer. And 3 bits of Crusoe says, Chaz, you need anything that glows.
I mean, Elspeth did have radiation treatment that one time.
She did.
That's true.
She was a nuclear kitty for a week.
Yep.
I got some Vaseline glass if you want it.
She had a thyroid condition, and we wanted to get it taken care of permanently. So she went to, where'd she go?
The vet.
Columbus? Yeah, Columbus vet school.
Yep.
They did a radiation treatment to rightify her thyroid, and it worked. She's not on any medication now.
Technology is wild. It's like, oh, we'll just do a little wah, wah. That's my sound for radiation.
It was a fascinating procedure.
Yeah.
And, like, what they had to do there and then what Chaz and Jeff had to do at home for her, like, it was neat.
I remember one of the interesting things about that is that you were like, you had to isolate her from using like the same litter box, or like you had to take her litter out separate because like it was radiated poop.
Yeah.
And like I just thought that was neat. It's like for a week it's like the poop is radioactive, so we have to like move it. And I'm like, it's amazing. Like, how do we come up with this stuff? I have no idea. Anyway, we get 300 bits from Southie. It says, I don't work today, so what Tiny Eddie product will I be eating while playing Zelda? Those are 1,000.
Yeah, you can always do ! alerts to see how our alert system works.
Yeah.
It's got all sorts of details, because it's complicated.
It is complicated. There's new things being added all the time.
But that was the whole point of making Alert Stage, was we wanted it to be complicated.
Yeah.
It's true. We found that the alternatives were too easy.
No,
If only it were harder.
no keyword needed on breakfast streams.
You only need the Eddie keyword on Fridays.
Yeah. We got 300 bits from Interactive King. It says, so our beach trip was great, and the new restaurant we went to was Johnny D's.
Good choice.
So much for non-brunch. I mean, honestly, Johnny D's might be my favorite brunch place in Myrtle Beach now, to be honest. Like
Mine's still Blueberries.
It's a close race. I would say Johnny D's is my favorite. I actually think Johnny D's is better, and they have a bigger menu. There's
do have
more.
a bigger
There's more
menu.
things on it. Anyway, that was a good choice. That's a really good choice. I'm sorry that you didn't get the non-brunch. One day we'll have better suggestions for that.
Maybe.
We're working on it. It's like slowly but surely we're making progress on trying to find places to eat here. So we have recommendations to suggest. We have 500 bits of Alex Butterfly. Says, good morning, grandparents and Chaz. Can I get some good vibes? My extended family has lost 2 people to cancer in the last week. And we found out that my grandparents' cat has aggressive non-operable neurovascular cancer. Screw you, cancer. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. And also I will share in your chant of screw you, cancer. I think that's something that probably everyone here has had some degree of association with and can get behind. So yes, absolutely. And also, that is a lot. That is a lot in a week. Sending you some good vibes and good thoughts, Alex. I'm sorry to hear all that. We've also got 49 months from Colin. Colin DeP. Colin, thank you. So Chaz got in on Sunday late.
Yeah, like midnight.
It was a little late. So yesterday was Chaz's like first day around, and you haven't. Well, for one, you haven't been at this house.
Yeah.
Because we just move all the time for some reason.
His new house.
But also, it's been a while since you've been around to not do Extra Life.
Yeah, last time I was here for a very short amount of time for Extra Life.
So it's been nice to have Chaz, like, chilling.
There's not a big event.
A year ago was
Yeah.
the Victorian house.
Was that a year ago?
Yeah. I just saw it in my TED show.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, we saw Chaz for Extra Life, and then before that was a year ago when we all went to Raleigh to be like, let's look at Raleigh. Wouldn't it be neat if we, like, looked at Raleigh and maybe lived in Raleigh? Anyway, we've lived in 2 houses in Raleigh since then because the world is pain.
Yamadori, yes, Jeff is at home taking care of the kitties.
I know Jeff wishes that he could be here. And at some point we'll see Jeff again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked the Victorian house.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun little trip. I mean, it was nice to see everybody.
It was a good time.
But it's also nice to, since then, like, have put some roots into the ground and be like, okay, well, we're actually here.
You are here.
We're actually slowly coming up with non-brunch places in Raleigh.
There aren't that
to
many brunch
consume.
places in Raleigh. I have not been impressed yet.
Well, it's not even that there's not that many. It's just Myrtle Beach had an abnormally high amount. So
Of good ones.
Yeah, but there's good brunch places here.
I went to a brunch place and ordered avocado toast, and it was a soft piece of bread, not toasted at all, with the thinnest bit of, like, mashed avocado and, like, a tiny 1/8 of a teaspoon of cotija cheese. And, like, that was it. And it was, like, $12, and I was so mad.
Does Waffle House count as brunch? Like, technically. Waffle House to me is very much in a
3 a.m.
like a category all its own.
Waffle House is a meal unto itself.
Yeah, I wouldn't really put that as brunch. We have the place that I've been most impressed with, I think. I'm not thinking of everything right now. And then I found out it's like a national chain, but I'd never heard of it, is First Watch. I really liked First Watch. I've been to First Watch twice now, and I really liked it.
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was, like...
You know what it is, though?
What?
You're just looking for the place that you can get French toast.
That's how I judge every brunch place.
But that's what you want, right? Like, that's going to be like, oh, well, this is the brunch place I like. It's finding, like, a good French toast. And you haven't found that yet.
Yeah.
We'll get there. I could make French toast this week.
I know. The caramelized French toast?
Yeah, I could do it. That could be fun. Do you like French toast?
Sure.
Do you like overly sweet French toast with a sugar hard crispy shell?
I love sugar in general.
Well,
Do you see him?
It's a good boy.
he's a good cat. It's not $3.99 steak and eggs. Yeah, I haven't learned where all of the strip clubs are in Raleigh. I'm sure as soon as I do, I'll find a good, cheap
They
breakfast.
hide them behind the trees. It's ridiculous. Can't find a strip club anywhere.
Brandon had a Lyft driver who talked about one.
Oh. Just unprompted, or?
He picked up the
Probably.
the workers some nights, and he was talking about that.
Oh. See, that would be an interesting.
Unprompted.
Unprompted. Brandon in the back seat of the Uber. Tell me about the strip clubs in Raleigh. It's my Brandon impression. We got 57 months from Cinderdog, 57 months also from Marble410, and 32 months from Brianna906. Thank you. Oh. Let me tell you about the losers who go to the strip clubs. Very strong opinions.
Goodness.
Oh, shoot, what was I going to say? I don't know. It was related to food in Raleigh. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It was related to food in Raleigh. Sorry. It's just Mao's food. I wanted to announce while I was thinking about it, Mao's doing a stream tomorrow. So Mao's doing a stream on Wednesday, and we're doing it earlier.
Than normal.
Than normal. It is Wednesday at 3 p.m., so it's kind of like an afternoon thing. So we wanted to mention it now, because that's the most convenient time this week, because we have a lot of other stuff going on. So we're doing a 3 p.m. stream, 3 p.m. Eastern. So it'll probably be a little more accessible for folks across the pond, and a little less accessible for Pacific time. I don't know. But yeah, put it on your phone if you want. It's going to be tomorrow at 3 p.m.
I actually had to do some early stuff for it yesterday.
Because it's not dinner.
It's not dinner.
It's not dinner. It is a sweet, and it's fun because this is.
We're not actually cooking. We're going to be baking.
It's going to be it's a baking stream, and then the fun part, I think, is that this really is like a real production type thing where Mao had to make 2 batches because she has to do one ahead of time because it has to be like a show.
We're doing cooking show stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun. It also just means that we made double.
Well, it actually worked out really good because our neighbors just gave us some food and it was amazing, and we want to keep this exchange going, so I'm going to give them some cupcakes. That's
Yeah.
what we're making, cupcakes.
Yeah. I immediately was like, oh, these are my favorite neighbors I've ever had.
Ever.
This is great. Yeah, we have some neighbors who are Middle Eastern. They have
Yeah.
they brought us over some food that I didn't know exactly what it was, but I tasted it and I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Tabbouleh was the salad.
Is that what it was? So, and actually Alex and Haley had come over shortly after they had
Minutes after they dropped off the food.
So they got to eat it with us, and Haley was like, you have to give them something. You have to make something for them so you can keep this exchange going forever. And I was like, I know what you're doing. Yes, I agree. So, yeah, Mao's making something anyway, and the timing is really good, so we can give them some of that stuff. So, yeah. So what you're saying is you're easily bribed with food.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that ever not obvious? Oh yeah, I definitely.
You ever watched a mail video?
Ooh. I do like food. So yeah, we'll see how that comes out. But that is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. We got 57 months from LHMS 1704, 19 months from the Sonic X Rider, 8 from Luna's Book, and then a subscription from Stray May and a subscription from Team Koyaki.
Welcome to both of you.
I got there. Welcome. Anyway, yeah, so that's gonna be tomorrow.
So yeah, that's tomorrow.
And you're gonna be
Doing stuff?
That is the plan.
Oh,
that I
cool.
will be in front of the camera with Mal, and you will not be.
Sorry, I was waiting for you to stop first. You didn't. Yeah, I'll be there.
Steven's not gonna have the day off.
I'll be there, but
He's gonna be camera off.
I won't have a mic.
No,
So
unless you put up a boom.
I won't do that. I won't do that. Do you really want me to boom the oven?
No.
Oh, Whistly.
I'm gonna put the lav into the oven so everyone can hear it just a lot more clearly. Yeah, I'm. That's exciting because I like running the camera and stuff. Oh, you're coming over.
I mean, we technically don't have to actually run the oven. Like
No, we
We
don't.
can make
We
the
can-
mix
yeah.
and we can put it in the oven and take the
Yeah.
other one out of the oven, and
Yeah.
Whistly can stay off the whole time.
Oh, that's true. Oh. Boom the oven. Everyone needs to hear that fun and crystal clarity.
Brandon.
That's the best news you've heard today, Brandon.
I do prefer to not hear
Old Whistly.
the oven. It's fine. Also, morning set.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And then,
I will be there.
God, Thursday. I don't have to give away all our secrets,
No.
but like Thursday morning will probably be interesting as well.
Chaz will still be here.
I will.
Yeah, well, we actually don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't
about-
know yet
yeah,
about
but-
Thursday, but we'll see.
It's good. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week, huh?
The
vlogs are going to be fun.
Yeah, they are.
I did manage to release some stuff yesterday, and I have another thing done but not scheduled, so it won't be out right after the stream, but it'll be out like a little bit later today. But I'm gonna try and get a fair bit of stuff done today, and maybe get like mostly caught up by next week.
I am not here to get a house, no. Unfortunately.
I wish that I could be like, he's lying, but he's not.
He's not lying.
Chaz is just visiting. But, at least you're visiting.
It is a thing we would like to do, is to move to Raleigh. It is a thing we would like to do. There are currently no solid plans for how to make it happen. But we want to try to make plans to make it happen.
The interest is there. The spirit is willing.
Yes.
Just,
It's a difficult process.
It's true.
We own a house. We have owned that house for 12 years, 13 years.
You also live in a state that doesn't touch this state.
It's very far away.
It's very far away. The spirit is willing. The housing market is weak.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, it's a process, but this is the first time you've officially been like, yeah, there's an interest. But yeah, there's an interest. All right. 24 months, tier 3. Hey, I finally can clap.
I still didn't finish my coffee.
From James. Thank you, James. Who says, wow, 24 months. Yeah, it is 24 months.
Good old Subby.
Comes at you fast. We also had 13 months from Zarmak821. And it's time for an Eddie.
Stockpile your igloo with Tiny Eddie's twice-baked vinegary Paisley Blacksmith cheddar flakes.
Southie says, now that I know how to summon Eddie, what will I be snacking on today? Twice-baked, vinegary Paisley Blacksmith cheddar flakes. That certainly was words.
What does Paisley in scare quotes mean?
Well, Paisley is a pattern.
I guess it's the cheddar flakes. Sorry, I'm starting a nonsensical sentence. The cheddar flakes are in the Paisley pattern.
They're laid out.
They're laid out. It's a biscuit, I guess. It's a
cooked
biscuit
in a forge.
It's a biscuit cooked in a forge. It's got cheddar flakes, a normal human thing to say, arranged in a paisley pattern, and overall it has a very vinegary taste.
You
It
know,
is baked twice.
If you have a solid frozen block of cheddar, you just slam it with a hammer, you would get cheddar flakes. And you know who slams things with hammers? It's blacksmiths.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that in this particular instance, cheese hammer would be best suited for a blacksmith.
This is basically the cheese hammer dish.
It is.
I love it.
Maybe the cheese hammer's name is Paisley. Middle name, Cheese Paisley Hammer.
We're learning so much.
It's my middle.
There you go.
We are learning so much
buddy.
today.
Hi.
Lore added.
Come on, camera. Wheel
Oh,
it.
Paisley.
Oh, all right. He's right here, and he's being cute.
Oh yeah, he's on. I love how it just makes it look like he has legs that are
He
like
looks
two
real
or
tiny.
3 feet tall. Cryptid cat.
He is your cat.
Hey, come up here. Can you jump up here? I don't care if you do. That's the opposite of jumping up here. Brandon moved all of our player's guides to the vicinity back here, so they're all just kind of around. And now there's boxes that Kepler can be elevated on.
Now it's a jungle gym.
It is a jungle gym. At some point, I'll want to probably put those on a shelf.
It'll take all of 5 minutes.
Yeah, so at some point,
Yeah.
I want to do that. I actually started the process 2 days ago of consolidating and removing boxes from my lives. I want to know from the audience.
Did you say my lives?
I've lived several.
We can't do it today, Brandon.
I want to know from the audience who holds on to boxes forever.
Like you have GPU boxes from 2007.
Like that is not entirely true, but yes, there's in a vague sense. I hold on to boxes forever.
Wait, hold on. How can it be not entirely true? You either have a box or you don't.
I don't have a GPU box from 2007.
But you do have computer part boxes from 2007.
That's super different. That's super
Okay,
different.
I didn't know which ones you had. I knew you had something from that build.
Anyone and
You have the motherboard box.
yeah,
what you have.
anyone who builds, and I don't think I'm crazy for doing this. Anyone who builds a computer holds on to the motherboard box, and they put all of the random crap
true.
that comes from the motherboard and the PSU and whatever, and they put it in there. So then, if they need something, they're like, "Oh shoot, I need a screw." They open that up, and they're like, "I have the screw." So I have several motherboard boxes that have a consolidation of different parts. Now, the problem is, at this point, I don't need all of them, probably.
No.
Do you still have the computer from 2007?
Yes, that is my Windows computer.
Yeah, I have all the computers, but, I'm in the process of not doing that, of not having all of the computers.
The process of not having a computer.
Wish I could be there.
I'm working on it.
Our house has definitely never known that process.
Yeah. Let's have a snack.
Experience the malevolence of Tiny Eddie's Fizzy Baby Shower Nervous Abyss Pastas.
Fizzy baby shower nervous abyss pastas?
It's from Zarmak. Eddie, am hungry. Give snack, please. Something that won't do irreparable damage to my body if possible. Well, I've got bad news. You've chosen the Abyss pasta, which I think is linguine forged by Cthulu himself. But don't worry, it's for baby showers. For when you're nervous at a baby shower. You just pull it out.
Which is more concerning? The fact that the pasta is from the abyss. Mm-hmm. The fact that the pasta is apparently nervous, which implies that it's sentient.
It's definitely sentient.
Or the fact that the pasta is fizzy. That might be the worst.
It has Pop Rocks in it.
Imagine getting a plate of spaghetti and it's just fizzing at you.
It's hissing and trying to crawl away. Like, no. And I'm like, hey. Get back here. Today's the baby shower. Anyway, I think if we don't already have the word sentient, sentient
Needs
is
to be
a
added to Tiny
very scary word to have in your pasta. Anyway, I try not to think about sentient pasta too much.
It probably doesn't come up often.
This is the first time.
That makes sense.
I'm hoping that I have another 34 years before I have to think about sentient pasta. But with Eddie around,
What about omniscient? Omniscient pasta.
I don't want my pasta to know anything. I want my pasta to know less than things. No things it should know. None.
Mom's from the abyss.
Thank you, Caruso. Mom spaghetti. Oh, Christ. Oh, it's too early for this. I saw Cthulhu way down in a pit, and Eddie said, hey, get on out of it. I need you to make me a big old noodle. And Cthulhu said, and then he doodled a sketch of what the packaging should look like.
Oh.
Cthulhu, actually, some people don't know this, is a graphic designer and wanted to be a part of that process. Sorry, morning songs are oddly wholesome. Not the reaction I expected when I was asked to do a song about Cthulhu, but graphic design is Cthulhu's passion. It's true.
It's very relatable, Eldritch horror.
Yeah.
You see, he went to school for graphic design, but he has to go work in the kitchen to make the bills.
That's a bit of a mood. Loves to doodle noodles. Did you like my Cthulhu sound? It was pretty good.
I mean, like is a word.
That one wasn't as good as
No,
the
it
first
was
one, I
not.
think. The first one was more...
When are we doing Cthulhu sound tier lists?
well, there has to be more than one, I think, for that to exist. It's fine.
Kepler's just going all over the place.
Yep. He
Yeah.
wants food. Hi.
Would you like something?
You want to crawl up on Chaz's lap?
He has been more hungry. And sometimes that then involves him just like walking around. 3 different Crusoe says, when a new clown drops. I still like that sound. Oh shoot, what was I gonna say?
We had been talking about things that were coming up. My stream tomorrow.
Yep.
Breakfast stream on Thursday.
Yep.
Definitely Chaz.
Yep.
Weird.
We're not really sure about Thursday yet, otherwise. Friday. I thought it was upside down for a second.
I've played a lot of that game.
Mod Nick et fo srate adles fo nedgel et. It's very hard to read upside down because that's not how words work. Yeah, we're still doing this. I was told yesterday that we are basically no percent through the game.
Essentially.
I was like, cool.
You've basically not played it.
I'm like, but we're 6 hours in. And like, no. You haven't seen anything. And we have to keep stopping Alex.
Yeah.
Because Alex wants to like say things, and I'm like, whoa, buddy, don't say anything. I don't want to know about it.
Right.
So it's fine.
He knows he's not supposed to, too. He's like
I
trying
know.
to work around it. He's like, you know, I don't want to say what is, but you know how like the whole Rosebud sled situation?
Yeah, I'm like, just don't. Like, I would love to discuss this this game with you in like 2 years.
Is it a skill, Alex? Is it?
It's kind of like an anti-skill. Very good at being incomprehensible.
And Haley said Alex references things and all of us are confused.
That's true. Like sometimes it says, like, you know how it's like this? Like, nope.
Come on.
You know how in like the that one Russian opera from 1872, that one line, and I'm like, no. Buddy, you trying to burrow your way into the player's guides? Come here. Come here. If you take one step forward, I can grab you. Take a step forward. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sniff. Take one step forward. Take one step forward.
It was a trap.
It was a trap. Hi, bud. Welcome to the lap. No, don't leave. There you go. Hold that.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. He's definitely...
You've been boozled, buddy.
He has been boozled, but also he's like, how do I escape and find
Scoop.
a breakfast? Anyway,
Yes.
are you gonna give him...
I can, or I can just give him a couple.
Give him a little couple.
You want me to double tap?
No, just give him a couple at a time.
Come here.
Oh, you're gonna make him work for it.
Yeah, he needs to work for it.
He can work for it. So yeah, that's Friday, and then golf with your friends is on Saturday. We got a chance to try out the new course.
Yeah, the new course.
There's a new course we got a chance to play. Team 17 sent the code over for the... What was it called? Corrupted Forest. It certainly elicited emotions.
I did. I'm
From
really
everyone.
sad Chaz wasn't there.
You would have been furious. You would have been absolutely furious. It was so wild to play a course designed by the devs that was, I guess, created to instill frustration and pain with a wild concept.
I feel like it's been a while since, the golf with your friends really did a bad on us.
Oh, that one was a bad. That one was a bad. It's I just to give like a tiny hint about what the course is like. On the very first hole, there's a hole.
That sounds like a good start.
There's nowhere else to go, but there's a hole. And you're like, okay, so the hole. Everyone put the ball into the hole, and it immediately went out of bounds. Because
it took
that
you
was
down just to out of bounds.
it just dropped you in water. And I was like, that's what? And it's like, you idiot. What you were supposed to do is to just jump over this barrier to find a different part of the course. And I'm like, anyway, we actually had a recording issue. I think
it was the first hole.
on the first hole, so we actually restarted the first hole. So no one will really get a chance to feel that frustration as it happened, because we redo the first hole. But you can know here, for being on Breakfast Stream, that everyone immediately groaned and was like, what? And then it just gets worse.
Yeah, I missed that one. It's taken many years, but I've finally managed to not be present for a Golf with Your Friends recording.
Penguin Frog says, so it's a bad course. I mean, my assumption is that...
It's a challenging course.
My assumption is the idea behind it was to be like for hardcore Golf with Your Friends people, maybe? I don't know. It was... I don't know. I'm glad that we made a video on it so people can see it before they...
Good content. Good content.
before they play it. Then you'll know. But that'll be Saturday. Oh, he's still licking.
He very happy. He did so good with his little high fives.
Oh, good boy.
Hey, high five. High five. Oh, we're done now. We know there's no more.
I've already been boozled once.
Yep. We've had enough boozling today.
Won't get boozled again.
He got boozled last night by that Tupperware container.
Oh, the poor guy. There was a Tupperware container,
tote.
like a big tote that was on the floor in the dining room, and the lid wasn't on it. The lid was like catty corner on it, and Pep was up on it was a calyx, but you know, like
It's a TV stand for tabletop setup.
he was on it, and I looked over, and he was like, I'm going to jump down onto this thing. And my brain was thinking, don't. But, like, there was nothing I could do in my body to stop him from doing it. And me, Chaz, and Mal just sat there and watched him jump down. The lid is not on, so as soon as he hits the lid, he goes, boonk, and the lid, like, flips up, and he falls into the thing, and he's, like, super alarmed. Then he jumps out, and he's acting all cool, but, like, his nose is super red because his blood pressure's so high. And he's like, hey, how's it going?
Who did this to me?
He did walk back over and sniff the container like, why did this happen? I felt very bad, but that moment of like being frozen in time where I see what's going to happen and there's nothing I can do. I'm just like, oh no.
I mean, there was no chance that he could get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was just
He was
very
also doing it
startled.
so fast that we couldn't have stopped
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah. He's fine. But it was very funny. I don't think he'll ever trust a green container ever again. That's no, the trust is gone. Oh, he's good now. He had like several kibbles, and now he's like, everything is better. Good. Anyway, is there anything else to talk about or mention?
No.
I don't think so. I think we got through most of the things. Oh, the only other thing that happened is we did a watch party.
Ah, yes.
We did do a watch party. On Saturday, I wanted to watch Requiem for a Dream again, and I wanted to share that experience with those who hadn't seen it. And Mao, Haley, and Dan were like, "Don't want to watch it.
Nope.
Peace." So
See ya.
they went and like did something else. So me, Brandon, Josh, and Alex had an opportunity to watch it, and it was great.
Yeah, I know Josh has been very outspoken about his feelings. That did not work. Josh vlogged his trauma.
Yeah, it was a fun. So why didn't that work? Technology. It was.
Brandon says, I loved it.
Brandon, Josh wished he had joined us. Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh had some regrets. Josh had regrets. Brandon loved it. And then I think Alex was like kind of in the middle where he, I think, appreciated the fact that he saw it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, he's like, it was a great film. He's like, it was a difficult watch. It was definitely a difficult watch, but like a really good film. And it was fun for me because like we watched it and then we all just kind of discussed like things about it. And I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it was really nice to rewatch it, have it like understanding like what's going to happen, so I can focus on some other elements of the film. It's a very like stylish movie. Did you know the film opens with a split cut?
It's been a long time since I've watched it.
Like it opens with
I don't
two
need to
different
see it, though.
framings. Like it's
I
great.
saw it once.
Anyway, we I was talking to Brandon about it, and I was like, we'll watch more like we'll watch more Aronofsky films, and then we'll also watch like some more like difficult films. I would like to watch Dogtooth again because it's been a while since I've seen that, and it's very good. Anyway, all right, now that's it. Yeah, the whale. I didn't actually know. I didn't know the whale was an Aronofsky film until like
Really?
a few days ago.
I did.
I had heard about the whale, but I didn't know that Aronofsky directed it. And I was like, oh, neat.
Kind of the bolt. Thanks.
So I got to learn about that.
NDL has opinions.
Yeah. Oh man, fictional. Alex was talking about that last night. He was actually talking about that very same movie last night, and was like, he had seen it and said it was good, and he wanted to watch it, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. So, anyway, I don't know. The mind wants what the mind wants. The mind, and for me, it's like difficult films. I don't know. Let's have a little pick-me-up snack.
Put down that podcast and pick up Tiny Eddie's Hairy Llama Chewies.
I don't want anything hairy to eat.
I mean, a llama is inherently chewy, so this is just llama. 1,000 Bits from McNeil Gaming says, I love you guys. Kep is a sweetheart. And Kep loves llamas. Just loves them. Just loves to
Hi. Are you
give him a little chew.
You're so cute. Boop.
He is being good suddenly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's fine now.
McNeil, appreciate it. And
Enjoy the hair.
Kepler has a lot of it.
but not as much as a llama.
No.
All right. I think that's going to be it. Again, if you didn't put on your phone, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern,
3 p.m.
Mal's going to be doing some baking, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mal Makes.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah. If you haven't already followed Mal, it's a good time to ensure that you don't miss it.
I'll be there. I'll be assisting.
How much baking do you typically do, Chas?
Nearly none.
Okay. Well, it's going to be a good stream. It's going to be a good stream. I'll be there, and you won't be able to hear me unless I yell. And I will probably want to be heard from time to time, so I will yell.
Brandon helped me with the ones done ahead of time yesterday. He said all you need is forearm strength.
Well, then you'll be fine.
I will.
You'll be fine. You have forearm strength.
How do you know?
I gotta just assume.
What do you know about my forearms?
That's it. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday afternoon. And we'll see you back here. Well, we won't see you here. We'll see you on Mal's channel tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Goodbye.